Hi guys, thanks for tuning into the channel today. What we've got ahead of us is a battle between two scooters. They're both 2021 models, purchased them myself. Outlay, I think I put in around about 19,000 to do this test, to try out two scooters, and the only reason I went to that much trouble is because you can't buy these scooters, like just go into a shop and pick one up, and if you do, you've got to either pre-order one and they won't let you do a test ride. So after buying the Forza 350 over there on the right, I decided I have no choice if I want to do a scooter battle, go and get one. And besides, I did enjoy the experience on the Forza 350, so I thought I'll put something up against it and just see which is the best between two of these scooters in the 300cc class of a scooter battle. So if we look over here on the right, we've got the Honda Forza 350, which is the current model now. Don't know for how long, you never know, I'll probably bring another one out in a few months. But at this stage, these retail for 10 grand in Australia right away. So 10,000 for this beast, and they put about 29 horsepower, something to that effect. So 29 horsepower, nothing. So back here we've got the Xmax 300. I reckon it looks fairly smart too. It's sort of fairly stealthy with that paint job and the gold wheels. Now these come in around 8,900 right away. I think they're around about 27 horsepower, so they're pretty close, you know, whichever way you look at it, between the two of them. Now while I'm at it, I'm thinking if you do like what the content I put up about this scooter battle, why not subscribe to the channel, and at least, if you don't want to go that far, give it a thumbs up if you like the content, or at least the fact that I went to a fair bit of trouble to put this battle together for you. Now this is going to go over about 1,000 kilometres per bike, I think, and they'll probably run 10 episodes at least. So if you're wondering why so long, well, if you already own a Forza or you already own an Xmax, you probably might just tune in to see what I've got to say. But I'm really catering this time for the person who's thinking of going out to buy a scooter, or the most popular ones. And I'd class these two scooters as possibly the better ones around, or the most reliable in that category. And nearly anywhere there's a Yamaha dealer, and nearly anywhere there's a Honda dealer, you can just go down, get it serviced, do whatever you want, and you'd be pretty happy with that way. Because where I live out in the country, I bought a few of the exotic bikes in, and with more of the exotic stuff, you've got to go to the exotic dealer to take it back to get service, which could, in my case, would be 3 or 4 hours drive, or carted each way, and that's more trouble, I think, than what it's worth. Or I have found over the years buying bikes, it's just annoying if you've got to go back because they want you to go back to the nearest authorised dealer. So that's the idea there. So I think it'll be a good test. I'll be able to give them a really good one. More importantly, soon I own both bikes and they're not on hire, or I'm not a person that goes down to see if I can get a demo bike. What you'll get here is a really good demonstration of what I think is the better bike of the two. So unfortunately, I'll probably be saying bad things about either bike, but that's how it is. You want a nice truthful review on both of them, this is the perfect place to come, because we're the other guys or testers look at them with rose-coloured glasses. In other words, they want to go back to the dealer and put in a good report, so next time when I go back they said, oh yeah, take this scooter instead. I won't show any favouritism, I'll tell you exactly as I see it. I've got nothing to lose because they said I bought both of them, so it doesn't worry me one bit. All I'm there to tell you which I think is the best one. You might take what I tell you with a grain of salt, or you might say, oh yeah, he could be right, or yeah, no, I'd like the advice or what he thinks about it. But one thing is, there'll be a few things, if you own one of these scooters now, what I say about a couple of them, or some of the items on them, you're probably not going to like, but, you know, I suppose that choice is you go and do your own review and, you know, see how things are that way, because there's nothing much I can do about that. I'm only sort of here to tell it as I see it, and hopefully you'll get back and later on say, well, you give good truthful review and I know which way to go. So in the end you'll either go Yamaha, you'll go Honda, or you might even say, I don't want either one of these and I'm going to buy a Vespa. So it's just hard to say, but what you will get is a good honest review. Okay guys, before we talk specs, imagine this. Either one of these or both scooters were required on set of the big movie prop. Just say a Batman one. This has got nothing to do with the test, but I'm just saying imagine. So you look at the Honda Forza and you'd be thinking to yourself, what character would go well with that one? And my thoughts there would be definitely the Joker, because I could see that Joker sitting on this particular bike, riding it around, and nice colourful bike like the Honda, sort of refined, looks the part. Nothing wrong with the look of that Honda at all, it sort of presents itself well. But I could see a Joker sitting on that, riding it around. So on the same set, say example Batman, and Batman comes out, and I could actually see Batman riding one of these in Xmax 300s, because look at this one here. What a wicked set of eyes. It almost looks like a bat bike. So if you come back and look at a better profile of the bike, look at it like that. It just looks mean. If it does, and indistinguished at the same time, because it just looks like it's ready to party. It's a really mean looking bike, this one. So if you go up, have a look down, look at that. That is one wicked bike, or scooter I should say. So anyway, after that, that's just my thoughts there. We'll get on to the specs now, and I'll just give you a quick rundown on those. Oh yeah, before we go to that, I'd like to clear something up. Yeah, a lot of people at times throw in my comments, and I usually delete them, that, oh, you must be making a lot of money on YouTube to buy all the bikes you buy, or where do you get the money from to do it? Okay, to answer that one on the, where I get the money from has really got nothing to do with this, but the fact is, if we look at the other side, I don't go asking you really where you get your money. But the fact is, if you look at the clips what I put up on YouTube, if anything I should be ashamed of myself for putting them up, because if you look at my history, the last 10 clips have gone under 1,000 views per clip. So in YouTube money, what you get at the start of those ads, they work out at $3 per, roughly $3 per 1,000 views. So I think I've earned roughly between $25 and $30 from 10 clips and probably 50 hours work. So you would have to say to yourself, I don't know if I'd want to do it for that sort of money. And if you say, what's the reason why? Well, the reason why, because I find on when I put my stuff up, there's a lot of jealous people that watch it, and they're too lazy, or probably up themselves you could say, to at least give you credit to put something together for a test. And you know, too lazy or that to either give you a thumbs up, plus I've got 3 stalkers that continuously give me a thumbs down. So every channel, like, they don't even watch it, just put it down. So that's pretty annoying for, you know, 3 losers with no money that can't afford anything, and they've still got the shits about how things are going on. So, you know, difference between them, they're on the low end of their life, where I can still go out and buy whatever I want to. But I'd get here and try to give you a good honest review and things on what's going on to save you money. I'm not out here to save money for yourself. I'm out here to make it better for you. But a lot of people don't understand that, and you know, it's hard to sink in. They'd be ones with a chip on their shoulder. They see with, no, let's throw a figure, 47 new bikes. You've probably heard me say that before, and that's what really pisses them off. So I can't help it if they've only got one. It's just the fact that, you know, like, that's the way it goes. But I do try to give you a good honest review of everything. I can go back and pick bikes and come back on and tell you exactly what's wrong with every bike I've ridden. But as soon as I do that, you've got that bike, and to do that you'll unsubscribe. So it's a really hard life on YouTube. And I also should point out now, or bring the attention, I really appreciate the fact that on the first clip where I was thinking of putting this together, there were a few of the subs there that sort of liked the idea, what they'd like to see me do to this bike on the test, and things they'd like to find out. So I actually went over it and had a look, and this is going to come, I'll read them out shortly, because there's a little list what they'd like to see done on, or me testing on these bikes. So that's something I'm going to look at. We also looked at the stats where I said, you know, it'd be alright if you appreciate the fact I'm going to do it, that give the clip a thumbs up. And I looked at that, and I think I had 1,000, now I've had 1,050 looks, and I've had, what is it, 110 or something like that, or 120 thumbs up, which, you know, a rough calculation of me would work out that 10% of who have viewed it so far have actually liked the content and think, you know, that'd be worth giving it a thumbs up, and the other 90%, I would either think either don't like it, or filling in time, or maybe suffer from arthritis in the index finger. So say, for example, we give you the benefit of the doubt, or I give you the benefit of the doubt, and you've got the arthritis problem. I tell you what, I've been using this for a while now, on and off, ddarn, and this is their new one, and it's really good. You know, if you've got problems with fingers or anything like that, you know, that would really help you guys a lot. So all you do is, before you watch the clip, you rub that on the index finger, right? And by the time you'll watch this thing in 5 or 10 minutes, or whatever the case it goes for, that index finger of yours will be working that well that you'll want to sort of say, I want more, 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 and you'll start clicking that thumbs up button, and you may even hit the other one. Like if you use extra ddarn, you might even want to subscribe to the channel. So keep that in mind. I'm not referring this to the ones that are already sort of, you know, really don't need any assistance. I'm sort of chasing the elderly type with arthritis problems. And in that case, you know, like if you slap a bit out on your finger, you'll be surprised what you can do with a good finger. Anyway, I've got that out of my system now because, you know, I've been thinking for a while now whether or not I might quit YouTube and call it throw in the towel. But anyway, we'll see what happens on that line. I'm going to decide what's going to happen there. But in the meantime, like I said, a few of the subs contacted me in the comments section that said what they'd like to see on this scooter run. So if the scooter run goes ahead in total, these are the things I'm going to go through before I decide what I'm going to do. So one guy asked me about the price, styling and build quality of the bike and what security methods they got. Well, I reckon that's a pretty good one, and I'll do my best to answer that one. Someone else wanted to inquire about how it handles up hills. Well, that's another one too, because if you buy a bike where I live, what's the good of it if I have to carry it up the hill and then just ride it down the other side? I want something with a bit of guts. Someone else mentioned the wind buffeting from the screen. So we look at it here. The Forza, doing all right. It's got a power windscreen. The Xmax, these Maxes with the Yamahas are really annoying. Xmax, Nmax, Dmax, Fmax. Like, there's just too many friggin' Maxes. But anyway, what I'm going to do, I'll check out those screens and we'll see what we reckon about there. Someone else mentioned, you know, I'll just say someone else, they're all subs. They're all the genuine followers, not the others. The quality and ride comfort of this seat. Well, that one here looks all right. And this one here looks all right too. And it's always interesting to see all that, because you've got to park your carcass on that for a fair while. And you really want to know, is it enjoyable or not? So that's a really good one, that one. Now, someone else, oh yeah, that could have been me. Acceleration and torque. Yeah, I'd like something that's got pretty good power from 0 to 100 kilometres an hour, and I don't care if I go any faster than that. Well, I'm going to get into it and see, once these bikes are run in, like I've only put 150 kilometres on, wait a minute, see too many bikes, 150 kilometres on this Yamaha so far, and I've put about 800 on this one. So I really, before I get out there and build shit out of them or give them a good workout, I want to make sure they're running a little bit, so I've got to put a few kilometres on this one. So when that happens, I'm going to do a 0 to 60 mile an hour or 0 to 100 kilometre hour on both bikes, and then I'm going to take it out, because I've got this area where I can go into a little bit of a stretch of road where it goes to a dead end, so I can do, without nobody running up the arse and knocking me off the bike, I can go from a 0 to 60 mile an hour, 0 to 100 kilometres an hour, back to 0, and I'll try out the ABS braking. So that's a good one too. Now, another sub asked about the, could either one of these bikes handle flat footing, and what's the ground clearance? Well, you know, when you look underneath, I reckon this is going to be an interesting test, because, like I said, the other blokes only tell you crap on the channel. I'm not afraid to get in and tell you which is the best bike from scratch, and I've got nothing to lose but tell you the truth, because it's not going to matter for me much, and in your case you've got nothing better to lose, because the other one's only going to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you the facts. But anyway, that's another thing. Now this is a good one. It's a bit of a problem because I don't drink, but one guy asked me, could a pack of 24 stubbies fit under there? Well, you know, on either one, either this one or the other one. So I suppose that's a good point, and I don't know, seeing I don't drink the stubby one, I suppose I could buy a pack of 24 or something like a Coke and fill it up with Coke cans or something like that. And then after that, at least I'll be able to drink it. But if I went out and bought a slab of beer, That's no good to me. I can't buy all these bikes and drink too. So that's the way we're going to look at that one. We know we're going to do the ride height. Well, you know, like, you mightn't think there's much difference in ride height. After all you do is sit on them. But if you look at this Yamaha, it's got a really wide section of seating there where you park your carcass on, a little bit wider than what's on the Honda. So we're going to look into that. Now, another thing I'm going to swing on to is, let's get back over here, the control layout, how they're set out, and also the switch gear on both bikes. So we're going to look at that one. Now, while I'm at it, we'll come back again. This is a really good one. This has probably never been seen on YouTube before, or I've never seen it. I'm going to undo all the covers here and just show you what's underneath this Honda in the steering. Then we'll swing over here and do a back-to-back on this Yamaha and have a look at its steering set up under there and that too. Tell you, that's a real eye-opener. On either one of these bikes when I do that one. That would probably be a test on its own, and somebody would not believe what I'm going to show you is on that one. Now, you might want to come back and see it, you might not, but the fact is I've got it here if you want to see it. The next thing will be key fobs. Well, I'll go into detail and just show you what you get with the Yamaha and what you get with the Honda, and take into account roughly $1,200 would separate both bikes. So in the Honda's favour, it's the more expensive one. I think, oh yeah, some other one asked me, will it carry a passenger? So, you know, like I might put the wife on the back, take her for a bit of a boom, and she see what's think of that one, see how it handles that. And I plan, like I said in the beginning of the clip, I'm going to run both bikes over 1,000 kilometres and just see how things go. And I think that'd be a fair test compared to a test rider come in, grab one of these bikes, go out in an hour on it, and say, oh, this is a good bike. Yeah, they don't know what they're bloody talking about now. You've got to at least own the bikes, run them in, have two bikes in front of you that you don't favour either one of them, because all they are to you is a ride. And that's the person you have to watch the channel, not one of these ones that smother you with rosy glasses and say, yeah, you should buy this for this reason. And I like the indicators, and I like the headlight, and I like everything else. And then he gets off the channel and he says, look at them. I can tell them any crap and they take notice of it, and all I'm looking for is views and earn a little bit more money from the channel. But when you come to my channel, look, there's no PayPal account for you to give me. There's no Patreon, any of that crap. Like, let's face it, you don't want to give me money, I don't want your money, so we know where we stand there. I'm right. So if you look at it that way, you can come here and say, well, whenever I'm looking at Warro's channel, he's not going to come along and put the bite on me for money. I can guarantee you that. I'm not interested. All I'd like to do is have genuine people come to the channel which thinks to themselves, if I go to his channel and he does a review, he's not there to tell us crap. He will tell us what he thinks of it. I can go away after that with an open mind, and when I go and have a look at somebody's second-hand bike or a new one, I can look straight into that area what he told me about, and they'll be no wiser, and I'll save myself quite a lot of money. So that's all I'm going to tell you on this one, and we'll see what happens. And once again, to those loyal subs, and I'll repeat loyal again, not the other ones that come along with just no popes and have a look, but the loyal ones that subscribe to the channel and ask comments and give me a thumbs up on the clips. I really appreciate you guys on there, and I know who you are. And later on, if I do decide I'm going to stay on the channel, and you'll probably find at this stage I probably have nearly, I'd say 99 to 100% record of answering every comment. You'll find later on that the ones that have been asking me things on the way through, if things get bad, I'll show you favouritism and I'll answer your questions. And these other ones that come along, I won't even bother answering them, because I do find as a rule the ones on YouTube are fairly ignorant. They'll come over and ask me a question about a bike or something like that. I give them a good honest answer. They don't even got the courtesy to go up, give you a thumbs up afterwards. They're just fishing for information, and all they want to know is something for themselves. And over the years of dealing with people, and I've been in a lot of businesses over the years, you'll find that people are fairly greedy as a rule, and they all sort of say to get what they can while they can, and then after that stuff you. So if you keep that in mind, if you come here with an open mind and say, I think I can learn something off his channel and it'll be a benefit to me, I hope that's the way you look at it. And if it isn't, well, you know, there's a lot of other channels on YouTube. You don't have to come here. Like, you can go out the back and play Ludo, hopscotch, or anything else. So, you know, you've got a fair few choices. So once again, thanks for tuning in, taking a look, and I'll refer that to the genuine subs. And the other ones, well, I filled in your time a little bit today too. So catch you later.